It was another day of searching, but there are still no signs of the elderly woman who was in a vehicle that was swept away by floodwaters into the Montego River in St. James on Tuesday. Our reporter Jamila Maitland has been in the parish and now joins me live with an update. Jamila, what's the latest?
Thanks, Herman. That's correct. So firefighters, marine police, residents, and fisherfolk, they were all out from earliest this morning trying to see if they could locate Miss Beryl Walters rather. Now it was clear skies and it was very visible. So the search team rather, they were able to search about the Montego Bay River and also in the ocean where she was. Now, what was unusual or posed a challenge for the search team was that although the size of the river was not as swollen as the previous day and the water had significantly subsided, now debris from further upstream that posed a challenge because they weren't able to maneuver around the space and to be able to locate her as how they wanted to. No, we revisited the family today, and while they were in better spirits because they were receiving several visits from the church, residents, state agencies, and also the leader of the opposition and his team was also there trying to comfort the family. They're also placed in the most uncomfortable position of trying to mourn the loss of the 12-year-old girl who her body was found, but also trying to cling on to some hope that the elderly woman would be found somehow.
It's been 2 days since the Walters family had their lives turned upside down. They lost two family members, a granddaughter and grandmother, following Tuesday's flooding. And while physically okay, Beryl Walters, who was driving the vehicle at the time, says mentally it's been heartbreaking.
Oh boy, I cry every other hour I cry. Search we just like if we could find her.
He says he's now focused on bringing his wife, Beryl Walters, home. Together for over 50 years, Mr. Walters' eyes lit up when we asked about her.
My wife was a darling to me, you know. Yeah, man, she was very nice. It's a great loss. You can't make up that loss.
The family has been receiving support from the public and visits from state agencies. Opposition leader Mark Golding also spent time with them on Thursday. He believed the tragedy highlights the state of the country's infrastructure and the need for prioritization to ensure that accidents like these do not reoccur.
This is a serious issue which needs to be addressed. And I would call on the government to really look at the situation in Montego Bay in relation to how the drainage system is not working and what needs to be done. I mean, yes, roads are wonderful, but we've been building excellent roads in Jamaica now for decades. But some of the basic infrastructure that is needed so that people can live and survive in the daily routines without danger is lacking.
The area where the accident happened is deemed a problem spot for motorists and pedestrians when it rains. But even those who usually traverse the area says Tuesday's incident was the first for them.
The water full up and a lot of water. Some place we have to turn back on point, we can't go pure water.
Never see the water come up so high before?
No, we never take your car outside first. We know that two people I can't wash a boy, never know to carry the wash this.
Aston is a fisherman. He was among those helping to search for Miss Beryl.
Earlier today, the marine police and firefighters were seen here at the mouth of the Montego Bay River, where it meets the sea, for any sign of the elderly woman. And although that's a great distance, it's also close to where police found the body of 12-year-old Janelle Walters in the vicinity of the Freeport Wharf.
The family say they're grateful for the efforts by rescuers and the search team. Shannon Walters, who was also in the vehicle, returned to the area, hoping to find the men who saved them.
I went back to look for some of them since morning. Yeah. Yeah, man. Went back to look for. No, well, the guy, we never see him, but a lady was very kind too.
From even the time when he pulled me out, I was saying thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, and even after the fact when I saw him again, I was still saying thank you, thank you. I wasn't really in a good state when I just came out of the water, so he was holding me because I was in a frenzy. So he was like, listen, you need to calm down, because the way I was behaving, he was like, you might fall back in.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.